Hey guys, my husband and I are at a creek bed, and my husband's going to be showing you guys that he saw a natural Bigfoot last year, March 2017. He saw the structure that Bigfoot had made. Just all in here.
See this?
What is that?
That's bog. That's swampy area right here.
It's a swampy area, he said.
Boggy area right here.
Goodness.
There's a game trail. You see that line? It goes right down through there. That's a game trail right there. This is where the creature was standing. It was probably right about here. Maybe a little closer to these trees here.
So last year in March, my husband actually saw a real life Bigfoot / Sasquatch. And where we're going is to see the actual brush pile.
That's a
where
structure right there.
the Sasquatch was. See that?
I think he crawls in that hole underneath that wood pile. He looks for grub worms. I saw him looking for grubs. This thing was massive. It was standing right about where I'm standing, and it was every bit of 10 foot tall. I was standing back down there in the creek bed. Show them where I was standing at, bud. I was standing about 50 yards that way in the water.
He was sluicing.
And this thing was over here digging, right here on the side of this hill. He was right here, he was throwing sticks like a madman back that direction over there. And he was obviously going through this brush pile and this structure right here. I don't know if he was digging it out for himself to sleep under, which he probably was. But he was throwing big chunks and sticks and stuff off into the woods. And when he stood up, he's standing right here where I'm at. But he was, man, this guy was tall, brown, and hairy. And he was way above my head. His head went way above this structure here. So he was standing in this area here, but he was taller than that structure from where I'm standing. The structure comes to about my head. This thing was 3 foot taller than me easily. I'm almost 6 foot, so he was probably 9.5 feet tall. He looked like a damn NFL linebacker. He had a real thin waist, but his excuse me, his upper body, it was built like a shit brick house. It went up like a V, and it was 2 foot wider than my chest. You can imagine my shoulders out to here, and arms 5 foot long. It went way down past his knees. His hands were dragging down here, but imagine a 9 foot man with 5 foot arms. Smelled like complete dog shit. Dog shit. There's the only way you can explain these dog man creatures is they smell like complete dog shit. I don't know how else to tell you. Lots of people call them the skunk apes, but these things are dog man creatures. I'm convinced of it. They have weird cone shaped heads. They kind of round up at the top, but they're cone shaped. They're more diagonal like this. And man, they smell like dog shit, like a wet, nasty, wet dog shit. I don't know how else to explain it. But the creatures, Smell is so bad. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if he ain't taking a shit out here. I mean, you can see these weird, boggy looking little areas right here where the water's seeping out of the ground. I don't know, maybe there's a flood, some kind of a leak in a sewer system, but I'm pretty sure this thing popped a squat over here quite a few times. And that right there is the structure that's associated with him. He was standing right here in front of it, looking for grub worms, digging in the ground. Maybe he was hungry. I'm sure he was hungry. But that thing right there, that's a good size hole. I mean, anybody could climb up under there and get some cover from the rain. But that's basically my story. I'm Black Sheep, and I saw the actual creature. And this thing was a monster. I mean, it was massive. It was so scary looking that I walked out of the creek bed. And I walked out real slow, like, not to make any noise, because my fight or flight instinct kicked in, and it was just super scary. If this thing would have seen me, imagine, you know, they talk about myths and stories about trolls. That's what this thing was. It was a giant troll looking dog man, Sasquatch, whatever you want to call it, Giganticopithecus. This thing could have ate me. I mean, I would have been nothing but a good meal to this creature. And I was so scared, I walked out of that creek bed and I took my time not to make any noise. And when I hit the hill over here, we can walk back this way, and I think that's a good shot of the structure. Let's show them this spot right here. When I walk back on the other side of the hill, right here, there's a hill over there. That's how we get out of here. And when I walked up to that hill, I literally trotted. I mean, I started running and jogging up this hill because I did not want this thing to see me, smell me, and definitely not come taste me. Now, that may sound funny to y'all, but honestly, this creature was so massive. Even if I had my 45 with me, I don't think I could have killed it with 12 shots. This thing would have laughed at me, and it probably would have snapped my neck, and I wouldn't be here anymore. They're not anything to play with, and when you're out camping and you're in the woods, if you smell these things, or if you ever see these things and they see you, you might want to pack up and leave, because they'll damn sure steal your kids. They've been known to steal people's kids and eat them. There's cases in Lafleur County in Oklahoma where the French Indians, they were Cherokee Indians mixed with the French. The county's actually named after the Indian that went and tracked these creatures down. There was like 5 or 6 of these creatures, and they had been eating the children of the Cherokee tribe right there in Lafleur County. There's an area in there where they were literally letting small children rot, and they were half-eaten torsos, and Lafleur and a bunch of his Indian buddies went in there and killed these things, and they got lucky and killed them, and 3 or 4 guys escaped with their lives, but Lafleur himself, he got his head snapped backwards. One of the creatures came up behind him when he was stabbing one of the creatures and killing it. And one of the bigger creatures came up behind him and just snapped his neck backwards and killed Lafleur himself. So, I mean, they named a county after him. And it's a pretty good sized county. It's down there, Broken Bow, Oklahoma. And these things are real, and I'm telling you, if you don't have a big gun, you're in trouble. Do not mess with these creatures. They may seem friendly at times, but if they're hungry enough, they will eat you. And they'll eat your kids. So that's something the government doesn't really want you to know. I've researched it, and I'm telling you, they're freaking real. I've seen one with my own eyes, And that day I was so scared. I even asked, I'm a religious man, I'm a spiritual man. I asked God, I said, God, what am I seeing? You know, what is this creature that I just saw in these woods right here? And he says, I needed you to know that they were there. And I didn't understand. I was like kind of weirded out. And I was like, what do you mean, God? You know, like, you just wanted me to know for my own safety because these things will eat me? Or, you know, and I didn't get much after that. God wasn't really talking to me about it. But he basically warned me and says, you needed to know that they were there. And I think Americans need to know that they're there. Because these things are all over North America and Canada and Alaska. And they ain't no joke. They just ain't no joke. People laugh about them, and they dress up in monkey costumes and shit and act like idiots. And they do fake videos all the time. But I'm here to tell you, these creatures are real. There's a lot of fake videos out there, but if you ever get one of these creatures on camera, you're lucky, because the damn thing didn't eat you. That's all I gotta say about it.
Here in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. And I hope you like this video. Okay, so I'm Andrea, and I hope you like this video. So be careful out there. Thanks for watching. Bye.